Everybody, what is going on? It's Bill with Franklin Loan Center, and hey, I just wanted to man, it's been a wild ride in the financial markets over the last, I don't know, handful of days. So let's call it since, it really Monday was crazy, Friday was crazy. So anyway, of course, equities markets took a huge nosedive Friday and then again on Monday, and then we've seen a pretty good snap back. We're definitely not back to where we were. And then, of course, that always has some impact on bonds, mortgage rates, all that good stuff. So what the heck's going on, right? So I guess it started to get weird last week on Wednesday when the Fed came out and announced that, they announced their holding rates, but then kind of just in their talk afterwards and in their prepared statements really made it sound like September is really likely to be the month where we start to see where they make their first reduction in interest rates, the Fed funds rate, not mortgage rates necessarily, or they just don't affect those directly. So that was the first thing, and then Friday came along, and Friday the jobs data came out, which is also a big deal for both mortgage rates and the financial markets, and it came in worse than expected, which the bond market liked. That's what we would expect. But then also, so not only did the bonds react, but the equities markets fell. Quite honestly, that's exactly the normal reaction. I mean, normally you see money come out of equities and into bonds because equities are riskier. You get bad economic data. It makes sense that money would move from riskier equities markets over to bonds. More money, more people buying bonds equals lower interest rates, right? I mean, that's just generally how it works. But then Monday comes along, it gets even weirder, actually kind of brought interest rates, kind of started running up again, and it's actually been a little difficult on interest rates so far this week. But let's just see what happens. I mean, there's a lot of turmoil. There's a lot going on. There's the things that I mentioned. I saw two different, I always mention Barry Habib on this, is kind of the bond guru that I've been tracking for years. He's as good as they get. There's another guy that I track that's more of an equities guy, and they were both talking about this crazy trade that people do in Japan. And that's having actually a measurable impact here apparently. So lots going on. The good news is from a mortgage perspective, we have seen rates come down. That's been all over the news, so that's not new for me. But yes, we are seeing them come down. Hopefully we kind of see them continue to trickle down. Who the heck knows? It will not be a straight line. We know that for sure, but hopefully we're finally getting to that point where we'll see things really, really start to come down. So anyway, that's just a quick synopsis of what I'm seeing right now. We're going to get it close to where, from an interest rate perspective, maybe we start to see more people flood into to buying. We've seen that. We could also, we're really close to getting to the spot right now where a refinance could start to make sense, particularly for people that have bought in the last couple of years. So just keep an eye out for that. Anyone is wondering if a refinance makes sense, we've helped you out with a mortgage in the last couple of years. All I need is a mortgage statement. Just give me a call. We'll get that figured out. So that's all I have. I'm Bill. I'm with Franklin Loan Center, and I'll see you all next week.